Okay, I'm gonna see. It's giving me this weird message about orientation being locked, yada yada yada. But I'm gonna see if it works. If it works, it works. So let me do that. I'm getting really tired of playing this game. Let's just go back. Okay, it looks like it's working. It looks like it's working. It looks like it's working. Hallelujah. Thank you. Okay, the only thing is it does look slightly crooked. Just a little more because it is a pain to try to correct that. This is an angle. Not so much. Okay, so I think we're just going to try to do close as we can. And there, that might be good. Okay, now we need to get this plugged up with power. And okay, let's start our Whatnot show. Okay, we're going to start the Whatnot show. I am so sorry that this is taking so long, but I need to make sure that we've got YouTube taken care of and we've got Whatnot up and running. And so wait a minute, where's my shows? Okay, we're going to go right here. And the other thing I need to do, just as a technicality, is make this public on YouTube so that people will be able to find it. Okay. So this is going to be an exciting show. I hope there's no echoes. There shouldn't be, but let's be doubly cautious here to make sure we have no echoes. Perfect. Okay, so there should not be any echoes, and I hope that you enjoyed. Let's go ahead and start the show. Hello, everyone, and yes, I am a giveaway goblin. That is the survey question. We are going to flip this one around and welcome in. So who's here? Somebody snuck in. A few people. Fair Pickens, and it looks like Kisagi. Hold on one second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how this show is going to work. I have gotten some giveaways. Hi, Mandon. If you didn't see the most recent video, and I'm wearing an outfit very similar to this, but it was shot a few weeks in the past. If you didn't see that, go to that one. It is up and running, and there's a coupon code in the description box. If you go to the YouTube live right now of this, you'll also be able to access the coupon code that way. So whether you want to go to the past video or whether you want to go to the live, there is a YouTube coupon code that can save you some money, because what I like to do when I do my unboxings is anything that I'm not going to use, I'm just going to go ahead and offer somebody a good deal. And speaking of a good deal, wouldn't it be nice if I just kind of moved you all down? Let's move you down. Oh my gosh. You know, it has taken me like 3 times as long to edit these videos and get them up on the internet as the original shows, and some of them went like 5 hours. So I'm really kind of picking my best of my best. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, let me grab my notes, or you know what, I'll do a memory test, because I think I know what I'm going to do. I just need to make sure I have scissors that I don't. So I'm going to grab some scissors and start a giveaway for you guys. How fun is that? And let me go into my shop. And let me know if you guys are selling on Whatnot, you're shopping on Whatnot, you're doing both. I love to know who's watching. Okay, so we're going to start the giveaway. And awesome. So make sure you get in on that giveaway. Now, this is funny because these are giveaway items. So I'm going to have to like have a dose of my own medicine, even though I am still here. I am still here. Oh, yes. I'm still here. Okay, so when I look at giveaways, I really look at it as a marketing piece. So I made a few notes, and I'm just going to tell you what I think the best giveaways will look like. Number one, we want them to look clean and professional. So when you get the package, it should be, again, clean and professional. Number two, using brand elements. And I am noticing that. So I am definitely noticing people are using their username mostly in their return address, but at least, and Fair Pickens, so you are going to have some good tips for us if you sell and shop on Whatnot. And feel free to fill up the chat with those, because we can't get too many good ideas out there. But using some brand elements like a username, and I do like your name, Fair Pickens, and then also a logo or an avatar if you have one. And, you know, you could even include a website or a QR code or both. But just make it memorable, because it should be fun, playful, cheeky, humorous. It should leave people feeling good about the fact that they watched your show and they won something, and now they've got a reason to come back and shop on Whatnot. So I'm going to just pause there, because I do have a few more specific suggestions that have come up. But I don't want to overwhelm people. So the first giveaway is from DFW Sneaker Fan. And I think that is basically their username. So shout out to DFW Sneaker Fan. This is how it came in a poly bag. Poly bags are going to be the lightest weight mailers. So for environmental reasons, that's a good choice. For presentation, it may not be the ultimate presentation, but let's see how these look. And yeah, I know you are so excited to see this, because I am. You're a new seller, been watching me on YouTube, so thank you for clarifying that. I would guide you toward all the ship show replays if you are a new seller, or even if you've sold in the past sporadically, because Whatnot has really enhanced its shipping platform, and every other week we have experts come on and share more information with us. So definitely some good replays there. Okay, so these are sandals, and these are a size 8, and made in China, and they're gold. I don't know if they're going to fit me or not. Should I try these on? Maybe we will do a try on. Maybe we'll save those for a special try on. But that is what I got. And oh, I did want to mention packing slips. Technically, Whatnot does not require packing slips. Everything I'm saying to you guys is really my perspective as a customer or as a seller or both. So I think it is a good idea to include your packing slips. And the reason I do that is because it gives me another way to market to the customer. So I actually use paper packing slips, and I'll print on the backside. But this is one free DS footwear number 29. And yeah, I mean, that's what this is. So here is what I'm going to show you, though. Just kind of looking at what got me in the room. I'm going to show you the title of the show, and I'm going to move this over a little bit so people on YouTube can watch. And I recommend watching both if you can, because the YouTube gives you a fuller view. And the Whatnot, you know, obviously gives you Whatnot. So we try to pack everything in. Okay, so vertical and horizontal. I was thinking about this the other day because, again, I've been editing through some older video content, trying to get the best moments. And what I'm thinking is, if it's a short clip, it's better to do vertical and just keep it vertical. But if it's a longer piece, you actually expect people to listen to or play or on replay, because I've heard people have done that. It should be horizontal because they're usually going to put it on a device like a TV, computer, or tablet. Okay, so this is the live stream name, SAT Marathon Sale / free iPad / Switch. So I'm not complaining. Fair pickings, you won the giveaway. You knew how to work the magic there. I'm not complaining. These are free. There's nothing to complain about. You know, the expectation versus the actual unit, it's not quite, you know, it's not impressing me that, like, oh, I want an iPad or I want a Switch, because that would be really good viral content and your best marketing. Your best marketing is a happy customer. So I'm happy, but I don't know how much I can brag on these. So these have a very high likelihood of getting put up for auction. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to share with you guys, I don't have that many items, but the ones that I do, I want to go through. So I love the Philly Flipper. And so here's the funny thing about the Philly Flipper. The Philly Flipper has done a ton of YouTube over the past years. He's switched over to Whatnot. So if you want to watch the Philly Flipper, you come to Whatnot to see the Philly Flipper. But the Philly Flipper isn't in Philly any longer. He actually has moved to Florida. So that's one potential confusing point. Not that it makes that big of a difference, but we're talking about how do you leave that, you know, positive lasting impact. So he calls himself the Philly Flipper, not the Florida Flipper. And I'm not telling him he has to change his name. But I did get a gift card from the Philly Flipper, and I saved this. It's been a while. I saved this, though, because I want to show you there wasn't anything extra. So the way that I can tell is from the Philly Flipper is the return address. Now, people are putting that with their name. I don't know if that's because in their state they have to identify the person sending the item. I've been told stay home or stay home to shop is fine. So maybe if that's a state-specific thing, that's why they're doing it. But otherwise, I don't really need to know his name, because it's not gonna. I'm not gonna find anything on Whatnot if I put his name in. If I put in Philly Flipper, I should. He does have an avatar or a logo. This is like perfect spacing, because what he did is he actually put this label over the seal. For security, that's very smart, but for branding, you have a totally blank canvas. Now, here's another thing with cards. people who like to, grab things from the mail, they'll start to notice if you use the same packaging. So, it's always a good idea to switch that up. I am not complaining about the gift card. The gift card was wonderful. None of anything I'm saying is complain about the products that I got as giveaways. It's really trying to explain to you guys how I'm perceiving it as a customer and potential seller, because after this, you're never going to see these items, right? I mean, it's you're not going to see this envelope again, right? So if he had a logo, that's something that would be a more lasting impression. And he's got room to work with that. But, he's doing quite fine. So if he doesn't need to make any changes, he doesn't have to. This doesn't have a packing slip inside. And again, that could be another branding or marketing opportunity, because I forget how much is on here. Oh, one last thing, as I was thinking about this, do they still give out the Starbucks gift card holders? Or like, does anybody give those? Like, if you go in the store, do they give you one on the display, or have those completely disappeared? I would love to know, Diana, because I know you get around. Or Jill. I'm looking at the people who just came in. So, and Kathy P 1948. Do the stores still give the little paper holders? If they don't, if I'm giving this, I could make my own. I could put it in a greeting card. I could definitely have it much more branded. For my purpose, I'm going to start another giveaway. Again, the theme here is we're giving stuff away because I got all this stuff for free. And I think the best thing you can give people is knowledge. So anything I'm saying is not meant to be a criticism. It's just a missed opportunity. So Philly Flip. Oh, I got this a long time ago. I've been saving this since October. See, I'm not mad about it. Oh, you got your goodies. Oh my, you know what though? I think there are more. I need to double check on that, but you'll always get everything. Sometimes it just doesn't fit in one package. But I'm so glad to see that. And let me just put the Starbucks gift card back in. So if they give away the card holders, he could put his brand logo on it. Technically, I don't see any reason why he couldn't put like a sticker of the Philly Flipper on this. It's not going to interfere with the codes on the back. I'm pretty sure you can. And the other thing that I was thinking about is, and then that way, every time I go get my coffee for the first 2 cups or whatever, I'm going to remember, oh, I got this from the Philly Flipper. That would definitely help, stretch those marketing dollars, because Whatnot is growing extensively, but they're growing digitally. And when we're talking about giveaways, we're talking about the old-fashioned, I'm sending you something in the mail, so I hope you like it, method, which is not the least expensive way to go. Okay, so here I got something from Draz. Draz is one of the advisory sellers. So she has direct contacts with people at Whatnot, and she has been able to get some wonderful things improved, enhanced, or addressed. And so I always encourage people to follow Draz, D-R-A-Z, Draz. She also gives out shipping tips, and she does seller support videos in the mornings as she does her walks. That is impressive. I can barely get through a show standing still. So she is definitely winning. Okay, now just take a look though. This is very unbranded, and we have a lot of potential area for some branding. She has the cutest logo. It definitely, she sells a lot of fabric, and it definitely speaks to her brand. I'm just wondering like where you would put that, because there's so much space. Here we go. I'm squeezing this out. So she did include a packing slip, and it does have a handwritten note. And I don't think anything here is confidential, really. So I'm just going to show that to you guys. Just put it out on the internet. If it is confidential, I'm sure I'll get an alert like in the next 30 minutes. Did you just open a bank account? Depends on how much is there. So this is Dress. So she put this inside of an envelope, which is nice. It's a Hallmark envelope, which is going to be one of your higher end brands. I like Hallmark, so that leaves a good impression on me. it's beautiful thank you card. And I'm going to flip this one over because it's got some cute stickers. These are cute. And she left all this blank. You know, as a seller, I can use this for my own purpose, and sometimes I do. So on these giveaways, don't be surprised if this shows up in your mailbox. But these stamps are really cute. Look at these stamps. You know, and with custom printing, you can get like things done in any size, any shape. And isn't that gorgeous? I really like that. Lavender, and then there's Commonwealth of Dominica. Let me grab these things so they don't get too lost and separated. So, Draz. I wish there was more Draz in the envelope, on the envelope, all over the place. I know who Draz is because I've watched Draz. And again, you know, helping others in the community, doing seller support, that's going to go a long way. But, you know, I wish she wasn't shy about, you know, putting something really bold with her brand on it, because there are so many different sellers on Whatnot, as well as just on the internet in general. And this, you can go up to 1 ounce. So it definitely would have, it would have held another piece of paper or, you know, something like a card. So it really would have. So I'm happy. I'm not complaining. I'm just hopeful that in the future, if Draz wants to continue to do these types of giveaways, congratulations, Mom of Angels, too. You will get a giveaway item that she's able to get a little bit more branding out of it. And her name is so easy to remember. It's only 4 letters. So it could be just 4 big letters. Like, but she does have a really, really cute logo. Has anybody seen it? I wish I had another device I could pull it up, but it's like a little circle. Mom of Two Angels, are you a shopper, seller, or both? Because I definitely want to go through this with the right audience in mind. I'm going to put this one off to the side, and we'll just get rid of that alert. And yes, I'm live streaming on YouTube simultaneously. If you watch the video that was posted today, you'll get a coupon code there. It's the same coupon as if you go to the YouTube live right now. And you never know, one day when you do sign up, I don't know if they disqualify you, but at least try it. You can actually try to sign up under a seller referral link and see if that gives you any access to incentives. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, so here's the other thing. And feel free to ask questions, because Whatnot is such a special place. I mean, I would not even be having this conversation with you guys if it was a different platform, because so many of them will not allow giveaways, period, end of story. That is a marketing opportunity they just do not offer. But Whatnot's unique that way, and I really like it. And I really want the sellers to get the best reaction and business opportunity from what they're spending their money on. Oh, Fair Pickens, you did an incentive and you got $150 for your first week sales. So you're doing very well. Congratulations on that. That's terrific. And Mom of Two Angels. Oh, if you've been here a month, you're considered old. You are so old. They use 30 days as a cutoff. But if you haven't been approved to sell, the clock would start once you were able to sell. So yeah, that first month makes a big difference. Hi, LV. So good to see you. Thank you for the 5-star review. We're going through my unboxing of amazing things that I've gotten just by attending other seller shows, won some giveaways, and I'm trying to give you guys as much feedback and ideas that would have made these like really pop. If you go and watch one of the past videos that I did, and I think it has to be a live, but there's one video I'm holding up like this really colorful bubble mailer. That is the best packaging I've ever seen. I tried to find it again so I could show you. That is the Nutty Squirrel Boutique. That one I will always remember. It is so good. It's on brand. I'm never going to forget it. I remember the package, even though I forget. I kind of remember what was inside. There was like a magnet and then maybe some stickers or something. But I remember the package, and so anybody can do that. Anybody has access to that. Okay, so lastly, I'm gonna go through a little bit of a real life story. I hope you guys like those. And oh, so here's the other thing I just grabbed out of my desk. These are like totally inexpensive Post-it notes that, since we're talking about things that will fit inside an envelope, even like just a custom Post-it note can sometimes, you know, get a good reaction or at least set you apart, because all these different sellers, they use their money, their time to send all this stuff, but after this show or the next 3 months, it's going to blur together. I didn't even remember that I got this from October from the Philly Flipper. That's like that's kind of ridiculous on my side. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. These are just commercial mailers that I get. So this is my electricity bill, and this is from like an insurance company. And you can tell they're putting more than just the return address on the envelope. You're allowed to do that. The Postal Service gives you guidelines on where you can print, but it's pretty big. Hi, MacPack Reselling, and I would love to get your opinion on these. And so like on the back of the envelope, they're using that as branding and advertising. My electricity bill comes with a free ad, and good for them. I mean, really, really good for them. I'm glad. Because I would much rather they get this messaging on something that they're already going to send anyway. And yeah, I'm going to have to pay the bill no matter what it is. But, you know, big companies have figured out you don't just have to put like a return address and a recipient address. Okay, so this is the fun one. This is the one you didn't want to miss, but let me go back and recap the first few points. So anytime I'm looking at a package, I want it to be clean and professional. MacPack Reselling does the best packing if you want to see this. And we'll talk about branding, but the packing alone, because it's so good, makes me think about MacPack Reselling. So, but that's rare. That is like, oh my gosh. Okay, so 1, clean and professional. 2, use your brand elements, including your username, logo, avatar, a website, QR code, all of the above. All of the above. You know, this company is a multi-billion-dollar operation. They're still doing that. They're still putting their website. They're still putting their QR code. I don't have that kind of marketing budget, but I can do the same things. And the other thing is make it memorable, fun, playful, cheeky, humorous. When you pack the box, and again, MacPack is probably the best example, and I open the box. Most people are going to open the top. I'm a weirdo, and I'll open it from the bottom. But I look at how it would appear, you know, if somebody was going to open the top. That should be a good first impression. It's kind of like a first date. You know, you don't put like your nastiest, dirtiest, crummiest outfit on. You want to look presentable. So I'm so sweet to you. Do you want to co-host? Because all of this information is migrating over to YouTube so that it can really, really help people. New sellers, prospective sellers, existing sellers. I'll probably cut out a few of the usernames because I don't want to make it seem like I'm picking on people, but I know there's just so much that they can do that's not going to cost that much more, but that would really, you know, make me want to buy from them as much as I want to pay my electric bill. Because then I won't be able to see you if I don't pay the electric bill. So pack the box with a mailer with the first impression in mind. Face the products the same way. If you didn't just get into bed, okay, yeah, this is not that kind of show. Come back next week. We'll have some more. But by the way, are you a size 8? Are you a size 8? Look at these. I got these. Are you a size 8? If anybody's a size 8, y'all need to start speaking up. Okay, so we're just gonna pretend like this is my empty box here. 7.5. I'm kind of the same. So whatever is showing right here when I open it, that's the impression I'm gonna have of the seller. And they may have worked really hard, and they may have given me an amazing deal. And all of that can get lost if the package isn't presented well. And it doesn't take a whole lot. So if you sell a lot of clothes, maybe fold the top garment. So you can throw everything in the box, but fold the top garment so it looks neat. You can add a piece of tissue paper. That definitely helps, improve the overall impression. Also a brand flyer or a business card or a coupon, any or all of those would be perfectly fine. And if you do give away more, so these are all giveaways, but if you do give away something with your purchases, make sure that it's separated somehow. So using like some ribbon, putting like a gift tag on it, putting it in a small gift bag so that the customer understands that this isn't something they purchased, but something you purchased and you're giving to them. That definitely can help. And you're not required to do free gifts. I will just be very candid. On other platforms that are higher fees, free gifts definitely help encourage a lot of positive feedback, return business. On Whatnot, I haven't seen the same effect, but if I'm wrong, because it's a small room, call me out here. So I would rather see that money being used on all the other stuff we talked about for the marketing, because that's really where sellers can make the most impact. Okay, so then I have this package, and I'm not even going to tell you who sent it because I can see who sent it, but it doesn't really matter. It could happen to anybody. We have the sticker rate, which means we can send a standard envelope, and it doesn't have to be an envelope size, but we can send a standard envelope. It cannot be more than 1/4 of an inch thick. This envelope, I think, because of the way that they sealed it, this sticks up. So this is more like 1/2 an inch thick right here. So that created a postage charge. Now I'll deal with that with my UPS store. They're awesome. They're amazing. I know that these things put them through more misery than $4.71 is going to affect me. But that is not an ideal situation where a customer is expecting their item, especially if it's a giveaway, they shouldn't have to pay for it. And then because of the way it's packaged, it does get charged postage. So, all right. Anyway, just wanted to share that. Let's open it up and see what's inside. And I really have no clue and no idea. I appreciate that they're trying to protect the item, but there probably are some other mailers that would do just as well that wouldn't trigger that postage charge. And I've heard that the hardback mailers are working. I've heard. So if anybody has different experiences, you need to call those out. Otherwise, the internet just assumes everything I tell you is accurate because I am so amazing and so are you for watching. Here we go. You are in the Awesome Sauce Club. Okay, so actually, talk about some branding. We got some branding. It's a little hard for me to open this, but so of all of them, this is the funny thing. Okay, and that's everything, right? Nothing left. That is the funniest thing of all of them. I don't want to have the seller name, but it says welcome and it's got the seller name up at the top. It's got a little bit of their information, but it's got their social media, Instagram. It's got a QR code. If I had an extra device, I would tell you what it takes, but it says scan below to unlock discounts and exclusive content. This is printed on label paper. So this, yeah. And here we strive to offer 5-star service. If something isn't right, just DM us. We'll make it perfect for you. Scan below to unlock discounts. So I love their message. I absolutely love their message. It's unfortunate the way this was sealed that it's going to cost somebody $4.71. whether it's me, whether it's the UPS store, whether it's whatnot, it's going to cost somebody $4.71. If this had come in just a standard envelope, even a like a thick cardboard one, I think it wouldn't have created any problems. And this is a free banger. This may have been a gift, but it could have been a giveaway. Free banger, new sneaker, and or streetwear 3D sticker. Okay, so that's definitely a 3D sticker. So yeah, this is. Does anybody know who this is? I am so bad at sports. I don't even know who it is. I'm sure I could look it up. But yeah, really cute. So that's unfortunate that they did a really good job of marketing, except the packaging was a little too thick. And for that reason, I really have not tried to push the maximum thickness. I really try to keep it thin as can be. It's just best that way. If these packages get jammed up in the machines, and that has happened to one of my giveaway items, it can just ruin everybody's day. So Chicago, and then this is USA. So Chicago, USA. I don't know who this is. But if anybody wants to bid on this, we will put this up for sure. I don't think I have a sticker rate. Let me see if I do. Let me see if I do or I don't. No, but I can make one real fast. Quick add a product. And we'll just do stickers. So stickers are definitely a special category that I think it's always worth explaining. What happens is, for stickers, we can use a standard envelope to ship items that are going to be thin and basically weigh less than an ounce. So that will cost basically the price of a postage stamp. And actually, you know what? We're going to start at $5 in case I have to pay that. Sorry. I'm going to put this on letter mail, and I'm going to put this on. Okay, so add. There you go. And title sticker. Okay. And I think it worked. Okay. But let me know. It should show 73-cent shipping. Does that look correct? Is it showing 73-cent shipping? I can't see it on my screen, but that's what this should cost, 73 cents to ship. So let me know in the chat. I'll kind of keep my eye there for a second. And if it's showing 73 cents, then it's correct. If it's not, then it's set at a package rate, which we know would probably be about $5. So we can start the auction though and just let it run if anybody wants this. I'm just so bad at sports though. I don't know who this is. So it should show 73 cents for shipping. So the sticker rate, the way that works is the 73 cents is effective during shows while the shows are running live. Even if you're not watching the shows, but you're buying from the fixed price listings, anything that is categorized as a sticker will get that lower postage stamp rate. And the flip side of that is before the show and after the show, it's going to show package rates. So it would show, in my example, $4.71 before the show and after the show, in my example. Depends a little bit on how far away you live, but that's what it will do. So stickers reprice only during shows. But as sellers, we need to be aware of what requirements we have to meet, which is it basically has to fit in a standard envelope. It cannot stick up like half an inch. That's just not. And I'm sure there is a way to do this with this mail piece and just make it flat, but that's totally unnecessary. In fact, I could even show you guys poly mailers. Have you guys seen small poly mailers? Because I used to use those all the time. This would have been fine in a poly mailer. If somebody wanted to put a piece of cardboard, just to be extra precautious, that would work. Or even a sheet of bubble wrap would have worked, but it wouldn't have caused this postage situation. So I didn't see confirmation on the 73 cents. Thanks, Mac Factory Seller. And you can always watch YouTube 24/7. So if you ever can't make a show, just put it on endless replay. There is a Whatnot watch list, and it's so fun. It is so fun. The new videos actually are hilarious because there are some jokes snuck in all throughout. Okay, so anywho, so that was that sticker. What else was there? There was Draws, who had a thank you card and a sticker. These are my bills. I don't know if anybody wants to pay my bills, but you can. You're allowed to do that. You are allowed to tip, and I always want these shows to be helpful to you guys. So let's get questions out of the way. And these could even be items or questions that I've made videos about. But if you need some clarification, it would be a good time. As I was doing a video last night about the ship show, there was something that was in it that had been updated, I think. I cut out whatever was inaccurate, but there was something that's gone through an update. So these are size 8. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try these on because I'm like a 7.5. They're a little too big for me, really. They're, actually, hold on. They're probably the correct size. I mean, somebody would probably feel comfortable wearing these. But I don't know. Maybe it's that I don't like the style. Because it feels like my foot is, I don't know. So I would say if you're 7.5, you can make it work. But if anybody wants these, we can definitely put these up. And yeah, keep it going. So they've not been worn except for my try-on right there. And these are made in China. I don't know who this is. Just like I didn't know on the sports sticker. I don't know who it is. But I would say these are probably closer to 7.5 than they are to 8. They're not too big. And where is my thing? I always want you guys to be able to benefit from all this fun stuff if if it suits you. So we'll start these at $5 and should be lightweight shipping. It should be. I didn't double check the mail on this. The mail, that is one thing that comes up. Oh, yes. So, all right, here's the thing. And this took me a little bit of a attitude adjustment on my side to understand this. When you bid, it's going to show you your shipping price, whatever the shipping price is, whether it's $2, $5, $9, it's going to show you the shipping price. When I'm bidding, I'm agreeing to pay that amount, even if there is technically a less expensive way to ship these. And I've had a few people express, not necessarily about me, this is weighted at 11 ounces, so 3/4 of a pound. I'm going to assume that feels about right. So less than a pound is going to ship out Ground Advantage. Between 1 and 5 pounds, so less than a pound is lightweight, between 1 and 5 pounds is best rate, and 6 to 70 pounds is heavyweight. So Whatnot has all weight categories for us to use. So long intro, but I have had a few people, not really affecting me necessarily, but in other situations, express a little bit of dissatisfaction because they think that the seller could or should bundle their items differently than the way that it was set up during the show. And I have just diplomatically sidestepped all of those and said, I'm not going to comment on somebody else's, I'm not going to comment on another seller's business practices. Well, of course, I'm going to comment on the stuff they give me for free, because that is what the internet is for, people. Let's tap. But I'm not going to tell them how to run their business when it comes to whether you could fit that in 2 boxes or 1 box, whether it would fit in a flat rate or it wouldn't fit in a flat rate. I'm not even going to get into all that because they have to have their system set up, however it's set up. And if I bid on the item and it showed $9.21 in shipping, then yeah, that's what I have to pay. So I've had a few questions kind of come around in that tone. And yeah, once you bid on an item, that's all, folks. The seller is responsible to get it to you safely, but they don't have to rebundle things or whatever. Um, many will accommodate a customer service issue, so I don't want to make it seem like sellers will not do anything. But we have to play by Whatnot's rules, and as long as you do, shipping can go really, really well. What I've noticed is when you try to make up your own rules or apply other platforms' rules to Whatnot system, it all falls apart. And then that affects the next person's order and the person after that, and it just gets messy. So yes, I have my shipping policy set. Other sellers have their shipping policy set, but it's going to show you the price before you bid on an item or purchase something. So now that we know these are less than a pound, I can actually run these as lightweight. Isn't that fun? Isn't that hilarious? And we'll start them at $2. So if anybody wants these as a lightweight piece, you can have them. They are labeled size 8, but I'd say more of a 7.5. And I always want you to be able to buy something during these shows because I want to make good use of the live stream and your time. And what else? So we will have another episode of the Ship Show next week. Hi, Tammy. And that is the seller support show that I do every other Thursday. And it's always at 1 p.m. Eastern. So the Ship Show will be next week. We'll have another episode. We even have a special guest who does a lot of like live shopping. So as far as having the weight profile set up and the different items that they're selling, they really kind of have to have it memorized. So she's going to give us some of her tips and suggestions. Sometimes also on Whatnot, newer sellers may not know how to tailor their shipping settings. The basic profile will work for about 80% of what I've seen sold on the platform just fine, cause no issues. But then there are a few categories that are especially big, bulky, and heavy, or they're ultra lightweight but high value, that those categories might need a little bit of adjusting. And if you want to see those questions and answers, you can look under the YouTube videos. You could actually use the coupon under the YouTube video for this live stream or this video that was uploaded earlier today, because those are both using the same coupon code. And I really like that feature. So yeah, it's so much fun to have the ability to do both, because now if Whatnot resets or whatever, it doesn't freak me out because the live stream is still going to be on YouTube. So you'll see me resetting the stream, restarting the show, all that good stuff. I have learned the number one rule on Whatnot is do not stop talking. You're always going to want to be talking. It doesn't matter what you're talking about, but you definitely want to keep talking because that's how people know you're still there. And so you want to be talking about whatever it is you're talking about and just keep talking. And that is how it's so funny too when I do the Ship Show experts. We don't like in real life, the way we talk over each other would probably be considered rude, but in Whatnot land, it's it's not. It's just like, oh, I know exactly, about that, or somebody else jumps in. Oh, I've had that situation, so I'm going to tell you what I did to resolve it. People just jump in. And it's so funny, but that's the same thing with the chat. People putting comments all throughout the chat. I've definitely responded to all the ones that I can, and the other ones that don't need a response, then they don't need a response. So that is that. How do you guys feel about the past video feature going away? Because that was my fallback for the Ship Show episodes I did all last year, was I could tell people just go and watch the past episodes because Whatnot had that feature available. It's not available now, which is why we love YouTube. It's always good to have another backup or a plan B, but I would have definitely set things up a little different if I knew that that wasn't going to be around. Because there were some really good episodes, and I get my best ideas from the chat. Trying to think of all the ideas. One of the ideas that came up was somebody said, if you don't want to actually purchase a separate envelope, if you print out a packing slip on a standard piece of paper, she showed us how to fold it into an envelope shape and it would get there safely. And I was like, that is brilliant. Like, I don't know how you knew to tune in right at that moment, but that is brilliant. And I thought, wow, okay. So that's a moment I wish I could have clipped or I could easily pull up. The Nutty Squirrels custom packaging. I would love to be able to show you that. Oh, Backyard OG. I've seen him selling. He used Backyard OG_com. He used to only do like one weekend night a week. It was kind of random. But the thing that I've noticed is he's popping up at different times. And basically everything I bought from him has been custom. It's been custom candles or custom signs. He does glow in the dark stuff. He even did like a little miniature sign for me if I wanted to do small items like jewelry and just have the camera facing the table. That was like awesome. So yeah. So the Whatnot seller community is definitely very resourceful. And I think a lot of times our expertise just never gets tapped into. So I try to put mine out there, but if people are doing their own thing and they're having plenty of sales, there's no need to change that. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's funny. I'm just wondering with the Philly Flipper, he does have a pretty good audience. I'm wondering if there is any reason to change the giveaway packaging. I don't know. That one I'm questioning. Pretty much I can say with the others, it would help. It would definitely help. This one would get better responses because I wouldn't be focused on the postage that was due, just by finding a better fitting envelope. And you can do those half-page envelopes, but they can't have a clasp. But they do have the ones that are like self-adhesive. This is pretty thick. I don't think this was going to get damaged. Maybe they've had that happen, but I don't see how. So who is Chicago Bulls 23? Is that Michael Jordan? Am I missing that much? So, and who is this? I don't know. If somebody wants to Google Lens these things, go right ahead. I don't know who that is. But anyway, she apparently has some shoes. I would say they're probably more appropriate for 7.5, but they are sized at 8. And then if you guys want to see that, just for Google's purpose. And what else? I struggle with these things because it's like I have 20 different ideas and I get through maybe like 2 or 3 of them. And that is all that's all my brain can handle. Let's see. Going through my notes here, making sure I didn't skip any. But yeah, I think overall the packaging that I've noticed recently, it's all been good. I haven't gotten anything that I would consider like not well packed or totally inappropriate. I don't know if that ever really was a problem. I mean, there are all these urban legends floating around, people getting stuff mailed inside a cereal box. I don't know if that really does happen. And if it did happen, I don't know if it was meant to be a joke or if the person really didn't understand. Basic shipping. The other thing that we're lucky to have on Whatnot is that 1 to 5 pound priority mail rate. So that really gives us access to a lot of packaging that, it's all professional. And it's those red, white, and blue boxes. Now, I will mention the post office is not the most creative. When it comes to their designs, they're not the most creative. Their design has to basically kind of work with all audiences everywhere in the world. So I don't think we're ever going to see like a really cool package from the post office come out. But in the past, they have had um, big companies, much larger than Whatnot, that they'll do some custom branding on some of those priority mail supply boxes. But it's really hard to tell what it is because it's basically like a little red ink graphic that they'll print on one corner of the box. And so it kind of blends in. So that's why if you have your own stickers or your own logo, your own avatar, your own website, putting that on that box, it's really going to pop. Um, so I just, yeah, I'm not 100% sure they're still offering that, but I do remember I've seen that, and the examples that they showed, none of them were like, oh, yeah, that's really cool. I can't even remember the companies involved here. But what else is going on? Because we got to get some stuff out in the mail. We got to give some of this stuff away. Actually, I think that's what we're going to do since we had two giveaways. But why don't we do one last giveaway and reward whoever is still with us? And you've got a very good chance of winning something. And I've got a very good chance of getting rid of something that I don't need. So that would be terrific. That's a win-win. Oh, Easter. Easter is so fun to play around with. Also, spring flowers, so fun to play around with. If you do any kind of enclosures or any kind of like gift packaging, because you can really have fun with that, and it can fold flat. So that's kind of awesome. I haven't seen people doing that though. I really haven't. Hmm. Interesting. But the reason I'm mentioning that is because I have this Easter grass, and it comes in three different colors. And the make sure you get in that giveaway, or you may be watching on a device other than the mobile. One thing I have reminded myself is that every one of the interfaces has its own unique special features, and just kind of getting comfortable with that. So the giveaway is available on mobile. It's not available on desktop. And I think tablet runs off mobile. I do believe that, but I can't be 100% because I don't have a tablet. And so I just assume that it's like the same app. So my guess is you could probably do it on a tablet. But as far as the video quality goes, YouTube has definitely been the preferred platform for that, simply because it's already at the correct orientation. And if I try to do that with this Whatnot vertical video, I've got to either find stuff to put on both sides to fill up that space, or I've got to zoom in, which is possible, but that lowers the resolution. So if you've seen YouTube videos and they don't look like they were shot on high resolution cameras, it's because, and thank you for sharing, Liz. And it's because I've had to crop it in so much and it's deteriorated the resolution. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I've definitely had a lot of fun uploading some of the past Whatnot shows, especially the seller support segments from the ship show. But it takes a while. It just takes a while to get the file to do what I wanted it to do. Like there were 2 days that I was fighting with my computer, and I wasn't doing anything too elaborate. I was just trying to do two separate video feeds, and that one is good. Gin Deals is good, but all that video came from Whatnot, so it wasn't the highest resolution to start. And so I figured out some workaround with it where it wouldn't crash every time I tried to play it. But yeah, I had to fight with my editing software every time I just wanted to do like a basic something. So in case you didn't get a chance to see, I did get some giveaway items. I'm happy to share the love. Does anybody know who this is? Um, we've given out some general information. I'm not hating on any of the sellers that do giveaways. Again, that's part of their marketing and business. I would rather they get the most effect from it, because that's their marketing dollar. And so everything I said is really just a way to try to get them a little more attention and a little more of a memorable occasion. Because other than that, I mean, it's very rare that I'm going to win the giveaway from the same seller more than once. You know, maybe twice a year if I attend all their shows and stuff. The exception is Blazendary. Blazendary has sent me so many things. I have held up. I have sold instantly the stuff that he sent. So I would definitely tell you, Blazendary does legit giveaways. But he just has his own persona that people instantly think of if you know who Blazendary is. Tap the screen if you've watched Blazendary, because I can show you his logo. I've actually got it here somewhere. It's on one of the boxes. It's probably full of stuff. But yeah, Blazendary is somebody who's developed their own brand on Whatnot, compatible with Whatnot's brand. And yeah, I'm impressed. So the giveaway is gonna end in just a few seconds. So you've only got to hold on a few seconds. But thank you for coming to see this. Josh the Fisherman. Well, congratulations. Looks like you got a free item. Let's surprise somebody and raid them, because this is a lot of fun for me, but I don't want you guys to ever stop shopping. There's no need for that. That's another benefit to the platform. And we are going to raid Bolo Buddies.
Stay Home to Shop is raiding. Everybody follow Stay Home to Shop. You guys might want to look that one up. I think those would probably be pretty easy to put some rhinestones in. It's Lily Pulitzer. So I think her stuff does well, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe look it up. If you don't. This is what this looks like. Are you? Seems I'm not going to be offended by that. She keeps coming back. 2 5/8. 2 5/8 on this one. Plastic. Really cool bangle. She said 2.5 years of cringing. Stay at home. When's your next show, honey? Let us know in the chat. Running for 5 for the bangle. This is a really cool one.
We also need
it's really cool shape. It's really
live.
Cool, like smoky look.
So let's do that. We're just gonna.
I can't read half the chat.
Okay, we're gonna